senors, it is I, Senor Batman, and I'm here for your Week 2 preview show. That's right, it is Sunday. It is 11:30 Central Time in the morning. We got a half hour till Fantasy Football Americano Week 2 starts. So let's not delay. Let's get right to the preview show. Look at that. That's such a smooth transition. It's a smooth transition. Yeah, baby. Anyhow, let's get right to it. Tinker McTinkerton, It Hurts When I Dicker. Facing off on Monday night, or third month. Jesus Christ, I haven't had, hold on. Gotta drink my coffee. Because it's time to wake the fuck up, alright? Right? So anyways, week 2. Tinker McTinkerton, It Hurts When I Dicker, Thursday Night Football. Jaden Daniels got 23.7. Mr. Mickle has had no one go yet. So he's starting with a pretty solid quarterback. Nothing game-breaking, but that's a happy week for your quarterback. Let's see how it's going to go. Dicker started 1-0. Last week, Tinker lost his first matchup of the year. We will see where it goes from here. First up, quarterbacks. Daniels, Hurts. Honestly, I'm going to give it a slight edge to Hurts, because if you look at Jalen Hurts last year, right? Wait, where's the... Oh, here. It's different down here. So, KC. Last week. Yeah, where's the... Wait. Why doesn't it show playoffs like last time? Well, never mind. We can't see it on here because on mobile it's different. But on mobile it shows. He had like 30 points the last 2 times he's faced KC. So I'll give a slight edge to Hurts. He's going to have to play pretty good, I think, all game. I don't think KC's just going to lay down and let them just destroy them. So he's probably going to have to play pretty decent. But I think it'll be pretty close here. Gibbs, Williams, Robinson, Tracy. Give me Gibbs and Williams. I think Robinson's the best of the 4, but I think Gibbs and Williams will outperform these 2. Receivers. Oh, boy. It's scrambling. Oh, boy. Here, let's use this because my mouse is too sensitive. Garrett Wilson, A.J. Brown, Nico Collins, T. Higgins. Now, 3 of these guys underperformed greatly last week. Them being A.J. Brown, Nico Collins, and T. Higgins. Can they bounce back? I'm going to give a slight edge to Mr. Collins and Higgins here, but I think it's going to be very, very, very close. Now, Brock Bowers, Juwan Johnson. Well, let's look at the injury report. He was limited in practice on Saturday. If he plays, then maybe he's good. But if not, who knows? I mean, he's got till tomorrow. He's no, so I don't know. It's going to be kind of a close call. He plays on Monday Night Football, so he's going to have a contingency plan, or he's going to have to play someone else. Let's see if he's got another tight end. He has Harold Fannin he could throw in there against Baltimore, but that's a tricky thing there. So let's assume Bowers plays. Bowers, Johnson, I like Bowers a little more, but he is hobbled. He does have a knee injury. So it might be a lower scoring game for him. Allen, London, Adams, Sutton. Ugh, that's a close one. I think I'm going to go London, Allen, but it's close. That's very close. Kicker, Bates, Dicker, both good kickers. And then Rams against Tennessee Titans. Denver versus Indiana. Oh, man. If Indy's for real like they were last week and it wasn't just a Miami thing. Yeah, I don't know, Pigs, why the desktop is so fucking trash. It's literally not. It should be the same. It should be the fucking same. Anywho. Both solid matchups. You can assume if Daniel Jones, if Austin Daniel Jones is God, then maybe not. But that's the way it is for now. So with that being said, they are projecting Tinker to get the victory 134-128, which is a 6-point victory. Honestly, I think it's going to come down to a couple things. If Bowers plays, because if not, he's going to have to pick someone up. And how Juwan Johnson does, because he got targeted a lot last week. 11 targets, and he caught 8 of them. He basically was a receiver last week. And so, ooh, man, I think both these teams come out 1-1 and Tinker gets the victory. I do think it's going to be super close. I don't think it's such a cut and dry thing. Next up, 2 0-1 teams. Fearboner and Damn Daniels, they're projecting a motherfucking beatdown. Already a 75% chance of victory, and no one's had anyone go. 137 for Damn Daniels, 101 for Fearboner. Let's see what I think. We got Mahomes, Joey Burrow. I think they're going to be pretty close. Mahomes had a pretty solid week, 28 points last week. Burrow only had like 10. So is it the first few weeks slump that we've been seeing from Bengals for the last few years? and Burrow's going to not do as good. It is Jacksonville, and they're an okay defense. They're an okay defense. They're not like world beater defense. So I think I give a slight edge to Burrow, but it's going to be close. Henderson, Brian Robinson, Barkley Williams. Give me Barkley Williams. That one's pretty cut and dry. Lamb, Bateman, Thomas, Evans. I like Lamb the best of all of these guys, but give me Thomas and Evans. Tight end, Andrews, McBride. Waddle, Pitts, Metcalf, Flowers. Give me Metcalf, Flowers. Kickers, I don't see anything striking, and neither do I see anything striking for defense. I mean, Cleveland, that could, there was Burrow had Flacco, similar. He had two interceptions last week, but both of them were off of tips. So if without those, you might have had 0. So in the Minnesota against Atlanta, against Chicago, they had measly 5 points. So I'm going to go with Mr. Dan Daniels. I think he gets his first victory. Unfortunately, Fierboner does not get the birthday victory. Yesterday was his birthday. Maybe if he would have had his birthday on today instead of yesterday, he would have had a chance. But maybe he gets a birthday boost. You never know. Next up, we got Bohax Pitt and Bill Cosby. Also, both of them 0-1. They are projecting a very close matchup, but Bill Cosby getting the victory. Lamar Jackson, Bo Nix. Give me Lamar. Jacobs already went. He got 14 points. He's also got Aaron Jones. Chase Brown Hubbard. Give me Chase Brown Hubbard. I think Brown's going to have a really good game this week. Chase McLaurin with his 7.3. JSN. Myers. Give me Chase and McLaurin. Tight end. Strange. Hawkinson. Give me Hawk. Samuel already went. 13.9. He's also had Calvin Ridley. Montgomery and Swift. Man. See, now that one's a tough one for me. I'm going to go Montgomery Swift. But I could see Swift really fucking that and Ridley getting his head out of his ass and learning how to catch again. Because he did not know how to catch last week. Kickers, defenses, nothing super, super striking to me. So we will move on. And this is a close matchup. I think Bohax Pitt, though, gets the victory. I mean, yeah, I don't know. He's averaging over 10 points a player right now. Already with the 3 people he's had gone. I don't know. It's going to be close. I think it's going to come down to, really, if Bo Nix has a terrible game like last week, he had 8 points, that's not going to fly. If he can pull something out of his hat and do really good, or if for some reason Lamar Jackson doesn't have a big game, he's handing the ball off more or something, maybe that. If Chase has another bad game, I mean, there's some players over here that, for Bohax Pitt, that underperformed greatly last week. We'll see what happens, but give me Bohax Pitt. I think his down players come to play this week, and he gets the victory. Next up, last week's big winner, Osama Bin Laden versus Hail Marys. Hail Marys has had 1 player go, and that's Mr. Oh boy, now I'm deciphering. I'm hacking into the Matrix. Bill, and he only had 1.7 points. Very bad game for him. Not the way you want to start your week. What the fuck is going on with this shit? Have I been hacked? Is one of you hacking me? Anywho. They're projecting a literal massive beatdown by Osama Bin Laden to Hail Marys. They're saying the new guy's going to start 0-2, Brandon. They're like, hey, welcome to the league. Here's a swift kicking ass from the team that was best in week 1. That's what they're saying is going to happen. Let's see. Allen, Herbert. I actually think they're going to be pretty close, but I think Allen is definitely the guy here. Henry, Irving, Kamara, Benson. Give me Henry and Irving. Benson is just very much a dart throw this week. He's got a great matchup, but what he does with that matchup, who knows? And he's also got Connor in front of him. So, St. Brown, Olave, Tyreek Hill, McMillan. This is going to be controversial. But I'm going to go Hill, McMillan. I think McMillan last week was on the verge of just having an absolute breakout week 1 game. Then that rain delay happened, and I think it threw everything off for that team in Carolina more than it did for Jacksonville. And I think after that, McMillan, and even so, he still had 9 targets, 68 yards. Not bad. You throw a touchdown in there, you're happy, really happy with McMillan. Tyreek, I think, gets back on track this week. I think last week was a really bad week. I think that some things, St. Brown, I don't know. I think the Bears might be able to hold him in check, and it might be more a Jameson Williams game. We'll see. And Olave, let's see if he even can make it the whole game. Laporte, Warren, this is another one that might be controversial. I'm going Warren. He is their dog. Look at 9 targets, week 1 for the rookie. Laporta, also 9 targets. But to be honest, I feel like it's just going to be a little. I just feel like Warren's going to be the only one that's going to be able to get open against that Denver defense. That Denver defense is Surtain is not going to be on Warren. He's going to be on Pittman or Josh Downs or something. But so I think Warren might be their go-to guy. Connor Judy, I'll take over Coleman McMerritt even before the terrible week 1. But all that being said, Jesus Christ, this shit's too sensitive. Okay, I'll answer that in a minute, Pigs. I see your question there. Hold on, chat. I think Osama's in line, gets the win, but I don't think it's going to be such a beatdown. I think Hail Marys is going to surprise a little bit. He's going to keep it close. I think Osama's in line's butthole is going to be very tight on Monday Night Football. Because I think, if I remember, that he's got no one in the primetime slots movies. All of his people play at, it's Bucky Irving at 6. But then Justin Herbert at 9 is going to make his butthole pucker. I think he's going to get off to a hot start. And Osama Zindan's going to be like, oh shit, what are we going to do? And that's going to happen. So we're going to move on to the next matchup, which is funny because it's Mr. Slay City Slayer's matchup. And he asked a question. He says, I have an unrelated question. Who is going to win the Rocket League Championship Series World Championship, Falcons or NRG? Well, the opposite, my answer is going to be, I'm going to go with NRG. I think NA gets the victory. I think Beast Mode's going to Beast Mode and Daniel's going to Daniel. All right? That's what I think is going to happen there. But I do think it's going to go the full length. I think it's going to be a long series. I think it's going to be, it's not going to be, someone's not going to just sweep anyone. That's going to be one that's going to go back and forth. Should be a good matchup. Next up, Slay City Slayers. Let's see about this matchup. They're saying Slay City's going to, both these teams started 1-0. 1-0. These teams are both winners. They're already starting hot, starting good. High quality H2O, Slay City Slayers. They say high quality H2O is going to get a 12-point victory. Now, Mr. Slay City did have someone play, and they got 9 points, or 6 points. Now it's Green Bay defense. Not terrible, not great. But let's look at Murray, Caleb Williams. So, now this is interesting. So last week, Caleb had 26 points. So he's going to be throwing. Kyler Murray, 22 points. This is going to be, I try not to do this, but I think this is going to be a push. I think they're both going to be basically the same. Because I think that I like Murray's matchup a little better, but I think Caleb Williams, I think they're going to want to have him do some things. The run hasn't been working for Chicago that well. I think the run's going to work very well for the Arizona Cardinals against Carolina. I just don't think Murray's going to do as much, so maybe even a little bit of a lean to Caleb Williams. Jonathan Taylor, Omarion Hampton, James Cook, Travis Etienne. Ooh, I think I'm going to go Taylor Hampton. I think Hampton's going to get, he got a decent amount of work. He clearly was the guy. So I think with a little bit better matchup against Las Vegas, he's going to look pretty good. Receivers, Neighbors, McConkey, Jefferson Nakua. Give me Jefferson Nakua. And that one I think is going to be key in this matchup. Jonnu Smith, David Njoku. I'm going to go push. Is ice here? Oh, God, it's ice. Oh, God, it's... Stay out, ice. Stay out. Oh, my God, that's close. Thought it was ice. It was just DoorDash. They're bringing me more coffee. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Anywho, where were we? Slay City. All right. Njoku Smith. That's another one I don't really know how to predict because Harold Fandon has come in and taken a lot of Njoku's opportunity away. So I don't really know what's going to happen here. That was close. That scared me. I thought I was going back to prison. Anyways, I guess give me... I really think I like Jonnu Smith more. Even though they're projecting him lower points, I think Arthur Smith has a love affair with that man. He goes, my name's Arthur Smith. Your name's Jonnu Smith. We're the Smith brothers. Hey, boy, I'm gonna give you some fucking carries. Like, we get 6 targets. And he got like a few rushes. I think he got a rushing. Didn't he get like a rushing touchdown or something? Anyways, so give me Jonnu, but I don't. Njoku could have gone back to Flacco and be like, all right, man, really? You're going to throw it to the rookie over me, man? Thought we were cool, you know? But give me Smith. Hunter, Pickens, Egbuka, Pollard. God, I want to... I think I like Abuka the best of all these guys, but I think I like overall these two on the left. Give me Abuka and Pollard, but it's close. Kickers, nothing crazy. Arizona, I don't see getting much more than the 6. Unless they get some kind of defensive touchdown, I guess, but that's fluky. You know, I actually think Slay City gets the victory here. I know they're projecting a 12-point victory. So maybe that's my upset of the week. Slay City Slayers, I think, goes 2-0. Mark it down. Last but certainly not least, the other two teams that went 1-0 last week. You like that? You like that? In Kurosawa's Akira's, who gets a victory? Mayfield. Penix? Give me Mayfield. I think Penix will be fine, but I think Mayfield's going to be great. McCaffrey, Genty, A-Chain, Hall. Oh, man. I'm going to go McCaffrey, Genty, just because McCaffrey has siphoned every fucking soul, like Mr. Galvin said in the chat this morning. He is siphoning the souls to stay all-powerful, and I think he's going to unleash this week against the Saints. And Genty, I think they get him a little bit going more. I think last week was his first week. Obviously, maybe not the most best week he could have had. But A-Chain, I don't know. If that Miami offense goes again like it did last week. I mean, here's the thing. Last year, it was a lot of his work and a lot of his prowess was right here. Targets in the passing game. Look at boom, 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 boom. Getting, set all these green. That's 5 or more targets. Last week, he got 4. They're not giving him the work like they used to. So I'm a little worried about that. Hall, I think, will be just fine. I think he's going to be great. But these two, I think I'll take over them. So far, looking good for you like that. Dobbs, Quentin Johnston, Harrison, Moore. Give me Harrison Moore. I think they're going to be very involved. Moore had that miscue with Caleb in week 1. I think they're going to be trying to rectify that and kind of shut that narrative up real quick. Henry, Kelsey. Give me Kelsey. Henry's just too streaky. Walker, Hunt, J. Smith-Schuster, Shaheed. Give me Walker, Hunt. Little, Lutz. Little, I think, is just going to be one of those. I think Jacksonville's going to be one of the Little, I think, is going to end up as your number 1 fantasy kicker, and here's why. After 1 week, he kicked 4 field goals, and he made 2 extra points. I think that's going to be the story every week, is that Jacksonville's going to be able to get in the field goal range, but that's going to be about it. Then they're going to stall out, and that's when Little's good. And he got a leg. He kicked a 70-yarder, I believe, in preseason. Lutz is good, too, but I just think that they might be able to score more. And then defense, he already had Washington go and get him only 1 point. Dallas is facing the Giants. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I agree with the projection. I think that defense kind of, the 1 point screwed him a little bit. I just like some of this high upside on this side. Give me you like that for the victory. So to go through this one last time, Tinker gets a narrow victory against It Hurts When I Dicker, right? Then you've got Dan Daniels beating Fear Boner on the day after his birthday. You got Bohex Pitt beating Bill Cosby. You got Osama Bin Laden beating Hail Marys and starting Hail Mary's fantasy career in this league as 0-2. You've got Slay City Slayers pulling the upset on high quality H2O. And you got You Like That handling his business against Kurosawa's Akira's. Okay, so with that being said, week 2 is here. I've dropped this again. I thought DoorDash was ice and taking me away again. I thought I hid my location good enough. So far, it seems like that's true. But I am going to continually be paranoid. Until next time, I am your captain, Senor Batman. And I wish you all good luck in week 2 and a healthy week 2. Beat your opponent, but not because they're losing players. Let's have some healthy players, no injuries. Adios!